So today I'm getting fit for my new irons and I'm very excited about the prospect of what is going to be going into my bag. In previous years I've been a little bit ego driven. I've been putting things into play which are shiny, they look pretty, but maybe are a little bit too hard to hit for a golfer of my caliber. I need something which is a little bit more forgiving. I need something which is going to give me some help, but I don't want to sacrifice that performance and I still want something which feels nice when it's struck out the middle. To get all these characteristics together, in my mind, that means there's one place to go. In past seasons, I've had handcrafted Japanese blades with Itobori, I've had Titleist forged blades, and I've also had Mizuno. But there's one manufacturer which hasn't played a part in this section of the bag for about a decade. Nice Ping. And this is their European fitting centre at Thonnock Park, and I have to say I'm really excited about playing with some of the toys that they've got in here. We're going to be working with Paul, who's a master fitter, basically taking us through the irons and exactly what's going to be the best set for me. But that's not it. We're also going to be talking about things which can help you make a better decision if you're thinking about changing your irons as well.
Right, okay. So what we're going to do then, let's do your wrist to floor measurement. Okay. Let's find out where we measure from a length and a static lie. We'll use that as a starting point. Get you going, get you hit some balls, get you warmed up and start kind of trying to work out where we want to be from a length and a lie point of view. Let's start you a little longer than standard. Okay. And see what you feel like and go from there. So we'll go plus a half orange line and work out where we go.
Love it.
All right.
Might end up with a full set of hybrids by the end of today.
We won't, we'll be fine. Right,
so. I'm joking.
All we're going to do to begin with is just let you have a warm up, let you get hitting some shots. While we're doing that, I'm going to ask you how that length feels, because that might be a little different to what you're used to. So how's the length of that golf club feel?
Feels fine. You said this was slightly longer.
Plus half inch. So we're looking, when you settle to the ball, you take the sand away, we're looking to see where you are here. So you're almost at the top of the grip anyway. So if we go shorter, is that going to compromise your ball striking? That'd be the question I'd be asking myself now. Strike.
There we go, sorted.
Good strike. So I would say, if you feel comfortable and you're happy, let's keep you on that length as we go along. Yeah. And at some point during that fitting, if you feel like you want to change that, we can do it and compare and see what that outcome is.
Okay, yeah, sounds good.
Good strike. Right, okay, so ready when you are then. So take your time, 5 shots and let's see what's happening. Right. So one question we always ask is what don't you like? What don't you want to see?
That is a great question, Paul. Like, what don't I want to see with an iron? I can boil it down to one word: inconsistency. So, I mean, these Itoboris, they are an absolute work of art. They are amazing. They're handcrafted. They are hand finished with this sole which looks like a dinosaur egg. There's so much which I absolutely love about these irons, and as soon as they're out of the bag, they're going on display in a bag so everybody can marvel at their beauty. The problem is, if you hit them slightly out the heel or out the toe, because the blade is so compacted, because it is so small, they just lose so much distance, they lose so much consistency unless you're striking them purely from the middle. And for a golfer of my ability, of my skill level, I'm not going to be in the center of these clubs every time. So I'm looking for something which can give me back a level of consistency, something which, if I don't strike it perfectly, can still get me around the course and not lose me shots. So this year, I know that I need to be smarter. I mean, look at that, that was a slightly toe strike and it's just dropped out. I need to be more sensible about these things. I need to be smarter. I need to be smarter.
I don't think we need anything else, do we?
Oh, no, that's a good shot there. No, I don't think so. I have actually had a look at the blueprint tees. If they perform like half as good as they look, then yeah, we could have a problem moving away from plates. Whoa, I'm hoping that's the wind.
Right, okay, come and have a little look then. So, grouping's not bad. Your average carry is 170, so we're not losing carry distance. And for some golfers, distance is everything. For others, they just want to be able to control that golf ball.
Yeah.
So if we can create a little bit more spin without losing too much of this carry and tighten all this up, keep your landing angle nice and steep, you're going to have a chance of controlling that golf ball.
Easy.
So that's what we're going to try and do. We've got a couple of options already, 2 or 3 options to try. Let's do that. See what the data tells us, see what you feel, because that's just as important, and then we can kind of work out where we go from there. So we're going to try that shaft next then, because it's a good match based on what we feel that you do. So this will play a little softer than that original X1, I would think.
Okay.
Because I guess, are you used to heavy shafts? You played that X1 in everything?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Like handicap range, does this lose much of its importance, do you think, or?
Probably more important.
More important.
So the higher your handicap goes, the more important it is because you're less repeatable.
Okay.
You're less repeatable.
I'm always open for new experiences though, Paul.
Good.
That felt nice. Yeah, that feels really good actually.
Yeah, good. So just hit us one more, Pete, and then we'll have another breather.
I think that was a bit left. I know wind's got it a bit, but
wind's got it a little bit, hasn't it? Right, okay. So if you look at this now, suddenly we're getting that extra carry. This is starting to bunch up, which is really good.
That's something which is, for me, I really want to see a lot more of. Because like, if you imagine using those blades over the last year, my front to back dispersion is shocking.
Yeah, well, you said that earlier, didn't you?
Yeah. So having something which is a bit tighter like that is,
And that's a little bit more repeatable.
And this is basically purely shaft, isn't it? Because nothing else.
Yeah, all we've done is change the shaft.
Right, okay.
We've just gone for a slightly lighter version of what you've been used to using.
Got you.
So we're tidying that number up from front to back, which obviously is really important. And we're still maintaining, even though it's lighter, your spin's not going excessively high. So we're controlling the golf ball, creating distance, but we're keeping that good landing angle as well.
He's a wizard, Harry.
Good coach told me once, if it's long from front to back, that's your caddy's fault.
Believe it.
If it's left to right wide, that's your coach's fault. Everything else,
That's the player.
that's the player.
Never the player's fault.
That's interesting. So first thing I tend to look at is that ball speed, because he's very consistent in how he swings that golf club. But if we start losing ball speed, but he maintains the club head speed, we're actually losing a little bit of efficiency. Ball starts to spin as well. How does that feel?
It does feel heavier.
The data that we're getting as well is interesting, because we suddenly lost a bit of ball speed with that.
It don't feel bad, but it certainly doesn't feel as nice as the last one. So.
Good. So this is a strokes gained comparison. So we just want to work out, if we were going to change to just these golf clubs as they are now, would you gain or lose strokes in a round of golf? Oh, there you go.
Okay.
So you would gain, if we change from X1, your standard X1, same head, into X1, 120, X100, a little lighter, your strokes gain would be just over a shot and a half a round of golf. And we've not even changed the head yet. So I think let's put that blueprint S in there.
Okay.
And see what it gives us.
Right. Cool. That looks really cool.
So a little bit more compact. So you're used to a bladier style, more traditional blade.
Yeah.
So this is a little bit more compact, but length the same, lies the same. Let's see what this does.
Are you allowed to club to one at a fitting? You're allowed to do that.
Hey, if I hit a ball that straight, I'm doing whatever I want. Right?
That's against the fitting rules.
I almost walked out on that one. Uh-oh.
How's that look behind the ball?
It looks really good, yeah. It looks really good, actually.
Feel?
Feel is good. I don't know if, I think maybe the iron felt a little bit more punchy, maybe a touch more powerful, but these ones are flying very well. These ones feel like they're leaving very consistently. Oh, he's got that look on his face.
Right, okay, so good stuff is, ball speed's still nice and high. So even though we've gone to smaller head, we're still, actually it's the fastest ball speed we've had, which is really good. Launching the same, that spin just crept up a little bit, but we're still getting that 175 in back. We're still maintaining a good landing angle, and we're still nice and tight here. Right then, so what we're going to do, we'll put that in the app and see what that gives us. There we go.
Okay.
3 shots, strokes gained. Just because you're hitting it a little further, but you're grouping so much tighter.
And that's strokes gained, so that's based on
comparing that first one we tried
the I230
to the blueprint.
Put it in my pocket. It's in my pocket.
Walking out with straight legs.
Oh, take the boy out of Preston. Right, so the Blueprint S.
Over this with your original shaft.
Okay. Should we try the whole hog with the Blueprint T's as well?
Yeah, absolutely.
How good do they look? They look unbelievable. They just look so pure.
They do.
Whew. The golf ball in front of that face looks massive.
Yeah.
Like that head looks so small.
Yeah. Strike.
Woo! Okay.
You gain more with that.
Flipping heck, wow.
That's a smart way to go. That's a smart way to go. That's a smart way to go. That's a smart way to go.
So did I go for the smart option? I can say for the first time in a long time, yeah, I did. I've got something which is going to be offering me a level of forgiveness whilst not sacrificing on the workability and the playability that I am going to need when I start playing in comps. One great thing about this fitting is that it really did help confirm a lot of things that I knew, a lot of things that I felt deep down inside. So I've gone 1/2 inch longer in the shaft than standard, and I've also gone for a slightly lighter shaft when compared to what I was using last year. Grip-wise, I've got a Jumbo Tour Velvet. Now, if I switch into the Jumbo Max, the really thick grips I was using last year, depends on how my wrists feel. If you've not checked out the video, by the way, about me using really thick grips to help ease some pain in my wrists, stay tuned to the end of the video. So although in the static fitting, it was suggested that I go slightly more upright in my lie angle, I like the feeling of having my hands slightly lower. So yet again, these are 2 degrees flat than the Ping standard. So the irons I've chosen to take me through this season as I make my return to competitive golf are the Ping Blueprint S irons. So obviously I'd already picked to go to Ping to get my irons. So I knew the brand that was going to be going into my bag. And the whole point of this was to have a really good fitting process, which we had with Paul, but also understand a little bit about what my game really needs, because I had some preconceived notions. I was going to go in and probably get a little bit of a bigger iron than this, maybe one of the I series. I have been testing out some of the I series irons here at the studio, but in truth, they were just going too far. They were launching too high with hardly any spin, and they were just bombing a million miles down towards the green. Now, on a sim and in a range, that's great. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. However, on a course where we do need to generate spin and I do need a level of control when playing in these comps, there was really the only option to go for the S's. The T's, the blueprint T's, they looked great. Like, they look absolutely unbelievable, but just not quite as forgiving as I need. A little bit too small. I wanted something which was still going to give me a touch of confidence, and these are just a perfect happy medium between the two. Nice and compact, really good looking, feel like I can work it, but also if I strike it a little bit toey, a little bit heely, I know that it's not going to lose loads of distance and allow me to have that consistency as far as where the ball is landing. So with the Build My Bag series this year so far, we've got the driver and now we have the irons. It is going absolutely perfectly so far, but I've got the rest of the bag to fill up. And that is what I'm going to do right now.